Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Prab. Could you tell me your full name, please?
Why not? My first name is Ramandeep Singh and my last name is Kocher.
May I check your identification, please?
Why not? Here is my passport for you.
Thank you. Now
Probably.
I'd like to ask some questions related to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Do you work or are you a student?
Basically, I'm a student. I'm a student of computer science. I'm doing a 3-year degree program in computer applications.
What are you studying at the moment?
I'm doing a 3-year degree program in computer applications. So it is about the use of different computer languages and software designing.
Why did you choose to study these subjects?
I think technology fascinates me a lot. When I started to learn computers when I was in maybe 8th or 10th grade, I developed my interest in it. I always wanted to be a computer software designer, especially video games. I always wanted to design video games, so that's how I became interested in this study.
What do you hope to do when you have finished your current studies?
At the moment, I'm planning to move to Canada for my further study, university, higher education, and I think I would be, or I see myself working in a multinational company where I would be developing the softwares.
Now I'd like to ask you some questions related to spare time.
Okay.
How do you spend your spare time?
It actually depends. If I'm at home, then I prefer to watch a movie with my family or maybe alone. But when I'm outside, I prefer to hang out with my friends or have food outside.
When you go out, do you usually go alone or with others?
I really enjoy the company of my friends. Together we have a lot of fun and we generally crack jokes and play pranks on each other. So that's the reason why I always go out with my friends.
Is there a particular time in the week when you prefer to go out?
Being a full-time student, I get time to relax and enjoy the company of my friends only on Sunday. So it's Sunday when I go out with my friends. We hang out at shopping mall or go for traveling.
Do you think it is important to do some regular exercise?
Why not? It is very important to be physically and mentally fit, and for that regular exercise is really important. I often go for a morning walk to stay fit and healthy.
That's the end of part 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'd like to ask you to speak for 1 or 2 minutes on a topic.
Mm-hmm.
You have 1 minute to think about what you might say, and here is a pencil and paper to make notes.
Mm-hmm.
And here is your topic. I would like
Thank
to
you very
describe
much.
someone you admire very much.
Okay.
Thank you. Now you can start your speaking.
Okay, thank you. Well, there are lots of personalities that I really admire. There are some sports persons, there are some movie stars, but I would like to take this opportunity to talk about a famous businessman of my country. The name of this businessman is Mr. Ramesh Babu. I got to know about him almost 2 years ago when I received a text message on WhatsApp about the story or success story of Ramesh Babu. I was amazed to read that article because I got to know that he is having a huge empire of car rental, because he is in the business of car rental, but actually he had a very humble start. In the beginning, his father died when he was hardly 10 years old. For that reason, he had to discontinue his study, and he opted different jobs, and ultimately he ended up giving haircuts to people. He used to give haircut at just 2 rupees, but slowly with the money he saved, he bought his first car, a second-hand car, and he started that he started a car rental business with that. From there onward, he never looked back, and he started to add on more and more cars. And today, in his fleet, there are more than 2,000 cars, and he is one of the billionaires of my country. He possesses, or he owns, the most expensive and luxurious cars like Rolls-Royce, Bentley, even Bugatti as well, and he gave these cars on rent. I'm really impressed with the success story, and I'm really inspired by this person, because because with hard work and perseverance, he reached the heights of success. He also participates in social welfare works as well, because he is running a charity, and he donates a lot of money to the charities for the welfare of society. Overall, it is a great personality that I admire the most.
Thank you. Is this person admired by others, do you think?
Of course, I must say that he is a role model for the youth, because he is not too old. He is only in his late 30s or maybe early 40s. So youngsters really want to be successful like him and consider him as a role model.
Okay, that is the end of your part 2. Now let's move to part 3. I would like to ask you some few more questions related to same topic.
Okay.
What makes a person famous?
Well, it's an interesting question, because I think there are many things that make a person famous. First, it can be innate talent, because I know many good singers and dancers who had this innate talent, they never learned it. At the same time, some people become famous just by chance. They have no reason to be successful or to be famous, but they become. But ultimately, it's the hard work and the perseverance and the never-dying spirit of a person that makes him admirable.
What kinds of people were famous in your grandparents' time?
I often talk to my grandfather about this thing, and from his talks, I have learned that writers, freedom fighters, and painters, these kind of people were basically famous in those days.
In your opinion, is being well known easy to live with?
I really do not think so, because when I read about the lives of famous personalities, especially the Bollywood stars, the cricketers, they really cannot even get out of their houses, because fans start chasing them. They always have a threat to their lives, because they get threat from the terrorist organizations. Their hectic professional life never give them opportunity to get close to their families. So I don't think that it is easy to live with being famous.
Okay. What kinds of people will be famous in the future?
As the trend is changing, and people consider famous personalities like film stars as famous as their role models. At the same time, sports person also are the one that become famous. I think this trend will continue in future as well, but in future rich businessmen will also become famous, because people want to be, or society wants to be, rich and wealthy like them as well.
What responsibilities to society do famous people have?
As far as I can understand, they have a great responsibility towards the society, because they are followed by many, and people try to imitate whatever they do. So they have to have a very positive behavior and attitude, so that it does not cast a bad impression on society.
Do you think the children of famous people have an easy life?
Not always, but most of the time it is like that, because they do not have to struggle for anything in their lives. They never remain deprived of any facility, since famous personalities have a lot of money and they could easily fulfill all the wishes of their kids. However, when they could not achieve success as much success as their parents, at that time they sometimes have to face criticism.
Would you like to be famous, and would being famous change you?
Well, everyone wants to be famous because being famous brings a lot of wealth, as well as you get a lot of respect in society. I would try not to change, but it happens that when you get a lot of power and wealth, it brings a huge change in your attitude. So I cannot guarantee. Let me be famous first, and then I will tell I change or not.
Thank you. That is the end of your speaking test.
Thank you very much.